Alright, this is Oldmanpoole back for match 3 here with our weird 4-color 4-drop deck. That's about all I can say about it, I think. I will play first though. This hand is okay, not great because we've just got tap lands, but it is fine. We have our colors of mana and a couple of pieces of ramp, which will kind of make up for the tap lands. So we're going to keep here. If we draw one more land, we can play a spider on turn 4. Oh, need to wish my opponent good luck. Seeing a lot of green today, for whatever reason. Okay, we'll play our Pilgrim here, and pass back. Got the Signet. So my opponent doing a little bit of ramp himself. So we can play the Sultai or the Sylvan Ranger here, along with the Gruul Signet, and play a land. That all seems pretty good. Alternatively, we could play the Sylvan Ranger. We really want to get black with the Ranger. Otherwise, I could say we just get the Guild Mage. Or I could play the Guild Mage off of it as well. But I think we really do want black with the Ranger. So we'll play the Signet first, and then use that. And then just play a Swamp. It's a little bit slower of a start, but I think it reduces our risk for mana screw by quite a bit, and I think that's probably a good trade. So let's get a Swamp. Let's play a Swamp. Okay, another Signet. My opponent going hard on the ramp here, although he may not have another land, in which case the Signets are a little counterproductive. Nope, looks like he does. Okay. Opponent's still not doing anything real fast though. Here we've got 5 mana available, so we could play the Signet, go down to 4, and then play the Guild Mage. Or I guess the Spider. I wonder if Spider's better. Play the Guild Mage, we can swing with 2 things. Play the Spider, we can only swing with 1. Spider's more mana efficient. Probably just want to swing with 1 and get the Spider going here. I do like our hand. It's funny that we haven't hit any of our black cards. I guess they're mostly... We actually don't run that many black. I think we only got 5 cards in the deck that are. We will build a Ground Assault. Not the Horror. Okay. That's going to be pretty good against us. Probably hits the Spider. And we pitch an Assault, I guess. Feels pretty bad. No, getting rid of the Jungle Shrine. Okay. Do we care that much about the land? We have 5. Makes our Ground Assaults worse. But right now they're not killing it anyway. It is a red source for the Sunhome Guild Mage. So I guess maybe we really want to be able to play it next turn. So I guess we probably pitch the Ground Assault. Yeah, should have pitched the Jungle Shrine. Hard to know that though. Okay, So how do we end up creating a soldier here? Is that even possible? If we use the black to tap the Simic Guild Gate, and the red to tap the Ghoul, I guess, yeah, it works out. Although we have to do this right. So I guess we have to do it all in one sitting to make it work. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do. Okay. So we're gonna not play you yet. We're just gonna go ahead and tap to make those colors. And then tap. Don't want to use red. Yeah, does this even work? Drool. Tap there to make red. We get red and green. You don't usually think of your mana as being this much of a puzzle, but I don't think there's any way to make this work, unfortunately. We just have to tap one of our red or black sources to make it work. In which case we should have probably outplayed the Jungle Shrine, but oh well. So I guess we attack with the Sylvan Ranger. If he blocks, we can ground assault it and play the Guild Mage. Probably won't block, but alright, and we will pass back to him. Alright, unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can ground assault next turn, get rid of the horror at least. Jailbreaker. Okay. So we just take 4 here. Okay. Ranger's not a terrible draw. We can still abrupt decay away the Arachnus Web if that ends up being necessary too. So we can get rid of. Ooh, we're not going to do that yet though. Oops, that would have been pretty disastrous. We're going to do it now. Play. And then we're going to play our Simic to use our Sylvan Ranger here. And we'll go get I guess even if he dies, we have 2 red and 2 white, so I think we're just going to get black. And we'll pass it back to my opponent. Oop. Another web on the spider. Oh, cruel tragedy. Alright. One swings here. Okay, we do have the abrupt decay. So I think we just use that to kill off the web and start making creatures. Probably not something my opponent expects to see every day. I guess we want to use up the green here as well. And the blue creature here. And we're gonna swing with a bunch of stuff. I wonder, he could have the flash creature, the Spire Monitor or whatever, so we're not going to come with the Guild Mage in case he's got that. I think Guild Mages really are our path to victory here. Okay. So here we don't have enough quite to give +3/+0. So the Jailbreaker is a pretty good defender. We do have 8 mana though, so we can play and get one more. And play the Jailbreaker. I think we probably wait though. So we'll use you for sure. And pass it back. Oh, and my opponent just calls it. I wonder if he just had a land or a handful of lands. I don't think the game was over there. I mean, we had a lot of attackers and they were going to be pretty good pretty quick, but I mean, if you hit like Sky Swallower or something, we are still 2 turns away from death. I'm not sure I would have conceded quite that quickly, although I think it was in our favor. Alright, so Dinroba Horror, Jailbreaker. And I mean, it also depends on what my opponent has in the deck. If he doesn't have something like a really big great late game threat, it doesn't really matter. But I think I probably would have kept going there. So you could play like the Sundering Growth to deal with the Arachnus Web, although we only saw one. I guess he does have some signets too. We only have one creature that ends up populating effectively though. I'm not sure I like the signet. The second Simic Signet just seems kind of slow. Even though we're playing 16 lands, I think we can still get away with it with this curve as low as we have in the Pilgrim and the Gruul Signets. So with that in mind, maybe we play the Gruul War Chant. He didn't have a whole lot of creatures that game. That may have been coincidental. But if he's playing like Dinroba Horror, he may end up with just a bunch of spells as well. Okay, I think I like the War Chant. One more 4-drops we can draw. I'm just not sure I like the Signet, and I'm not sure what else is really to play here. Maybe the Scourge Devil, but that's even a 5-drop, so that's not dramatically better. It just happens to be a creature. No, I should update my overlay. I always forget to do that. Yeah, says my opponent drew a bajillion lands, which makes sense given how long we had to come back in that game. We're going to keep this. It's got a turn 3 Jailbreaker, which is kind of the hope. We can't play the Ground Assault right now, but this hand is not bad. Okay, start off with our, I guess we want to start with our Golgari Guild Gate. And pass back. Next turn we'll play the Pilgrim and another Guild Gate unless we draw something really unusual. Well, it's got a Signet. So do we, yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and play our Pilgrim now. 4 signets. My opponent's definitely ramping hard. Makes me think he's got to have some sort of big endgame threat. And the obvious one's the Sky Swallower, but hard to know, too. Okay. Abrupt Decay is fine there. Does keep us from our turn 3 Jailbreaker. But, we can play a turn 3 Bomber, which is nice. Or I guess not quite. Yeah, never mind. We lose 1 mana in the exchange. So we'll play our Signet though, and be okay with that. Pass back to my opponent. See what he's got. Thragtusk. Oof. That is a good card. Okay. Well, here we're going to have 5 mana available, which means we could play like the Bomber and the Ranger, or we could play Ground Assault and the Bomber, which isn't much better. No, I guess we can't, because we have to get a mountain with the Ranger to make that work. We could just play the Jailbreaker, who trades with the first half of Thragtusk. Doesn't feel great. Kind of like playing the Ranger and the Bomber here over anything else. The next turn we can play like the Noble and start chumping, and that'll gain us a lot of time. We're definitely going to get Mountain here, I think. Have black and green. Have our white. So yeah, just going to grab a Mountain. Play that. Play that. Alright, and we'll pass back to my opponent here. Whew. Our clock is definitely running low here. Have to be a little bit more careful with that. Had a couple of times where we've gone pretty deep in the tank and taken up a lot of time. So I'm not going to block the Thragtusk if it comes in here, because we want to be able to have Noble next turn, and then chump blocking thereafter gets much better for us. We'll just take that. Nope. Punch. That 10-point Thragtusk swing. Ugh. Such a great card. Horror. Ooh. Rex is pretty good. It's a pretty big tempo swing. I assume... Oh, he just returned the Guildgate. So we wouldn't have white if I pitched it, so it's probably better off to get rid of this. Still not great off. We can play the Noble next turn. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of a Swamp here. And I guess we could actually just Ground Assault twice. That's okay. I think I like playing the Noble here, though, a little bit earlier. And then just getting a bunch of 1/1s. That was weird. Had a little bit of a lag spike there. It's like, how are we not having enough mana? Okay, going with the Bomber. Bomber burst and gives a couple of goblins. And now we got a long stall that we can do. Attacks the bull. I think we'll just chump block with our goblins. enjoy our little bit of a drain effect. Okay, that feels a little bit worse. Still save this 9 damage though. That bomber did some work. Alright, now we want to hope to draw a land, an untapped land, so we can play a Jailbreaker and Ground Assault. That's a good draw. Which means we're just going to go in with the Ranger. And we're going to kill the Horror here. And pass. Yeah, the grind would have been a little bit better for us had we had the bomber, or had we had the noble remain in play. But it still got a little bit of value there. Gained us a couple of life and ate up a removal spell. So if he swings with the Thragtusk, I don't think we're going to block with the Jailkeeper or Jailbreaker here. I guess it depends on what he's playing right now. Spinner. Ooh, it's not great. Yeah, you're just going to tap it and web our Jailbreaker probably. Get in for 5. Nope, not quite that aggressive. So we have 5 lands right now, so the Arachnid Spinner's a ways away from being able to get killed by Ground Assault. We could... I think we're going to Ground Assault the Thragtusk next turn, probably. And if he swings with both, we can block the Beast. I think we're just going to take it here still. I mean, the Spider's bad for us, but I'm not really sure it changes the logic there. Ooh. Well, we'll definitely Harmonize. Okay. So at this point, probably still Ground Assault the Thragtusk. Ooh, I guess maybe just want to wait. One more turn, we can use it on the big spider. So I think we just stall for a little bit longer here. Alright. So all that Harmonize really does is turn on our Ground Assault, but that is significant. And we're pulling a lot of lands out of our deck. Yes, I would. There's not that much left. I think we'll take one of our mountains. And with Sunhome Guild Mage, eventually that ends up being good. Okay, so end step, he probably webs the Jailbreaker. I assume he's got some in his deck if he's playing the Spinner, but maybe not. Yeah, okay. Ugh, Mama Spider's so good. I hardly ever see him. I love snapping him up when I can. Anytime you're playing green, which is not all the time in this format, but anytime you are playing green, it's a good card for sure. Okay, swings here. We block with both. Probably just with one. Ooh, Cower and Fear is bad for us. Okay. Go to 2. We need to find a creature here, or we're just dead. Okay, well, this will fall off at the end step. So we can kill that and play Bomber, swing, and get a couple of 1/1s. Let's see. To do that, we need to have 7 mana, which we will have. And we need green and red for Ground Assault. Ground Assault you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna wait until we play land. Almost bad there. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Green, red. Okay, we are at 2, which is a dangerous spot to be at, but stabilizing a little bit. I mean, he could definitely still have any number of cards, and we're just in trouble. But our position is not as bad as it has been. Thragtusk is just such a great card. We'll definitely trade here if it comes in, though, which I imagine it will. This is 3/3. Alright, Jungle Shrine's not great. Nothing to do in the graveyard, so we'll just pass back. We still have a Harmonize, which is a quite good draw. Having their Jailbreaker. We have some reasonable stuff here. Not great, but reasonable. More lands. I mean, if we draw our Guild Mage, life is pretty good. That's it. Alright. On to game 3. This is for all the marbles. The difference between the, like, reasonable but not exciting 2-1 and the shameful 1-2. I don't think I like the War Chant the more I look at it. Take the Trader's Instinct. It's probably better. Scourge Devil's probably better, just because it's a creature. He actually didn't have a ton of removal, so maybe the Unflinching Courage is good. I mean, the web, which seems to be a lot of what he's relying on, just doesn't help you against Unflinching Courage. So I think actually that might be okay. I haven't been able to play Domri Raid all match, which is unfortunate. But maybe this game's the game. Alright. Unflinching Courage to victory. Who would like to play first? I will keep. The sand is not terrible, but not great. We do have a 3-drop and a 4-drop, and then a couple of Harmonizes, so got a lot of value if the game continues for long enough. And my opponent's mulliganing to 6, which gives us a little more breathing room. And he bottomed, which is not insignificant either. Also, because we won our first game, we get to go first and third, which is kind of nice. Ooh, Pilgrim has a good draw. Just Abrupt Decay, which I think is perfectly fine for my opponent. I'm going to play the Bomber over the Slaughterhorn here. I do want to hit another land pretty soon. Want to be able to start the Jailbreaker offensive and then kicking off the Harmonizes to... Oh, okay. I imagine he takes a Harmonize? He might take the Jailbreaker. Probably depends on what his hand looks like. I don't really like Night Terrors. It's kind of such a slow card. Looks like he did take one of our Harmonizes. Probably means he has a way to deal with the Jailbreaker. Yeah. Full swing here. And then we'll play our Slaughterhorn. And hope to hit one more land next turn. Opponent's still hitting his land drops. I'm debating on what he wants to do here. Signet is good for us. Okay. Now we have the path that we can't actually play. Let's go to attacks and get in for 5 at least. Really would like to play that. If you play something like a Thragtusk here, it feels pretty bad. Oh, then I guess we just really want to hit white so we can path it. But 7 for 6. Big slime building. Okay. Abrupt Decay do pretty good against it. That's not a bad draw. I think I'm going to play the Jailbreaker here over the Harmonized. If he cracks in, we'll take it and swing back, I think. But he'll probably just leave the Ooze back on defense. We do have a pretty good hand. We can't play the path right now, but a removal spell and a draw 3 is pretty good when we're kind of even on board. Something big here, though. Ooh. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay. Is he brave enough to swing here? Looks like he is. We're not going to take it. Or, I mean, I guess we are going to take it. And have the Guildgate. So I think we're just going to Ground Assault the Ransom here, or the Jailbreaker, which is unfortunate, but then we can get in for 5. Next turn we have Harmonize and the Guildgate, which we can use to Path. I guess next turn we have Path and Harmonize. We're going to play the Guildgate this turn. So he gets his a 2-for-1 off Soul Ransom. It's a pretty good card, but we're still going to be getting in for damage. Also, if we draw a land, we can consider Bombering instead of Harmonizing next turn. That looks better. Okay, this Scepter's a good draw. So is Jailbreaker, though. So what's the play here? Bomber's obviously bad into the Abyssal Scepter. I guess the real question is whether we want to take the hit from the Abyssal Scepter and kill the Ooze. He might just have to keep the Spectre back, which is nice. Because if we play the Jailbreaker, kill the Ooze, swing with the Slaughterhorn, he goes to 5. Even if he hits us, it makes us discard the Harmonize, which feels bad. We have the Bomber that can come in the next turn. He's got no good blocker in the air. So I think we're actually okay. Yeah, Ooze Fest begins. Ooze Fest begins. Let's be clear here. So we're going to kill off the Ooze and swing, I think is our play. And he's just down enough on tempo that I'm not sure he can really afford to attack with the Spectre. I always want to call this card Abyssal Scepter. Just the slightest dyslexia, I guess. And then we'll swing Slaughterhorn. See if he just wants to block here. Likes his value. Okay, so obviously if he has something like the Spider here, it's not great for us. Although if he attacks with the Spider, we still take him to 1 if he attacks with the Spectre and plays a Spider. I like those odds. Then we just need to get 1 Goblin in. Yeah, opponent says too bad. He draws all lands. Oh, looks like we got him there. Managed to sneak it out. Definitely, I think we need to play aggressive there. Looks like your deck got drafted when you DC'd. Yeah, my deck was pretty bad that game. But turning a bad draft into a 2-1 is something I like to hear, so not unhappy. But yeah, my deck was kind of special that game. Started out with a sweet ramp thing and a whole bunch of removal and just kind of ended up with a whole bunch of 4-drops that didn't do enough, but that's alright, it's alright. That's gonna happen sometimes. Anyway, this was Oldmanpoole. I stream on Twitch every weekday starting at about 6 o'clock Mountain Standard. So I guess that's about 8 o'clock Eastern, about 5 o'clock Pacific. I also stream on Saturday and Sunday starting at about 10 Mountain, which means I guess about noon Eastern and about 9 Pacific time. If you like the videos, definitely like, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitch as well. Thanks so much for watching.